Hey guys, this video is going to be about updating the LSA on the SS. I've got a few plugs that are just sensors that are plugged in with no wiring going to them because the LSA obviously has wiring for the CTSV and the Camaro, but the SS doesn't use that. So what I'm going to do is actually replace a few of the plugs with these billet aluminum CNC machined blanks. These are from a company called LSX Innovations. This is actually the same company that I got the pulley from, that coupler, that solid Delrin coupler. It's the same company that I got that company from. I got these two plugs off Amazon. I think they were about $15 for the two plugs. I'm really going to be using one for this video, but let's go ahead and get started. One of the plugs you can replace is actually the fuel event purge solenoid. I actually have this hooked up. I bought the proper connections going back to the firewall, so I won't be using this particular one. But this sensor right here that is behind the PCV valve that's right here, it's actually going to be the smaller of the two adapters. So we're using the small one right here. And it's CNC machine. It has a rubber O-ring in it. So what that's going to allow you to do is take the sensor off and put this blank cover in its place. So what you're going to need is actually a 10mm to pull that bolt off. Then the button head screw that comes with it is actually a hex 4. It's an H4. It says it right here. There's an H4 socket. So you will use that to tighten the bolt down. Okay, this is kind of a tight fit back here, but I don't think so I just used a self-ratcheting wrench. I don't think you're going to get a socket down in here because the fuel rail is literally right on top of this plug. So get that. 10mm, like I said. We're going to pull the sensor off. Okay, sensor's out. There you go. And that's just, I think this is a map sensor that I pulled off the LS3 intake manifold. I could be wrong about that, but anyway, so you could sell the sensor, keep it, do whatever. Unfortunately for me, I think this is just a standard 1-bar map sensor, and obviously, the LSA setup uses a 2 or 3-bar sensor. And alright, got the screw, got your socket. Put the cap in its place. Alright, push that cap in its place and grab your button head screw. Like I said earlier, that socket is right in the middle of the fuel rail. Alright, so like I was saying, I actually went and grabbed a wobbly swivel head socket on the end of this so that I can get just a little bit more reach. So, like I was saying, I went and grabbed a swivel socket, and this is going in slowly but surely. Alright, that's it. You really don't need to go Hulk on this bolt. I mean, it's a simple, it's just retaining it. Okay, like I was saying, you don't need to go super Hulk on that bolt. It's just there to keep this tab down. It's tightened down by hand. And wow, yeah, you could barely see that, but there it is. It says, the LSX Innovations. So that completes the install for that part. But like I was saying earlier, the kit comes with the evap fuel purge solenoid. I'm running that, so I'm not going to be using that, but I don't know. Some people might not care for this, but I just thought, just one way to clean up one of the sensors that's not being used. I almost wonder if this same kit could be used to remove this sensor. Let's take that off and find out. Okay guys, that's too long. And actually, it fits, but a little curious. So that's the one I took off. This is the one from the manifold. Oh, dude. Okay, guys, so I think if you actually ordered 2 of the smaller kits, you could actually clean up this one too. Alright guys, I discovered something that I hadn't noticed before. This sensor that was sitting here doesn't go to anything. It's the weirdest thing. So this sensor plugs in and it just sits there. Actually, no, that's the one. Yeah. Okay guys, so I discovered something super weird. I had never taken the sensor out, I just kind of left it unplugged. Or, you know, sitting there unplugged. But if you pull this out, this extra map sensor, whatever the hell you want to call it, there's nothing here. That hole is machined, but it doesn't go actually into the snout, into the blower case itself, the ZL1 lid. It's just a machined hole. That's freaking weird. So I don't have another one of the small plugs. I mean, you could order another plug, but almost, why? There's almost no reason to. But anyway, you could order that kit from LSX Innovations. Like I said, it's 15 bucks, nothing major, but this one I did want to plug up because, you know, it's just kind of a wire, sensor not going there. But this one, that smaller plug would fit. It would fit in here. But you could just take the sensor off and you're good. Make it, you know, make it look a little bit less hacked together, I guess if you want to call it that. So to fill in the hole, I just took the extra set screw that I had with that H4, the Hex 4 button head screw. I just put that in the hole, tighten it down, and it goes all the way in. So, hey, that's a win. I wasn't expecting that to clean out, but yeah. I did not know that this sensor wasn't fully machined. So, you learned something new. But, anyway, that's a real quick way to clean up some of the unplugged sensors that you're not using on your LSA G8 SS swap, whatever you're swapping this into. So there you go guys, it's an easy way to clean up your LSA swap. One was unplugging a sensor, removing it, and putting a metal billet plug in. And 2, unplugging that second sensor, which I honestly thought was machined. I thought that was going into the ZL1 lid, you know, taking readings, but that's weird. It's not even machined. Like it's machined, the sensor sits in it, but it's pulling air from the engine bay. So that's just kind of weird. So I hope that helps clean up your LSA swap a bit, and you know, you guys learned something with me that I learned about that blank sensor. So if you guys like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Thanks guys, and have a great day.